Today I'm gonna be fixing my DISA valve in my E46 323 CI with a M52 TUV engine on it. It's a pretty common failure that the DISA valve stopped working as it should be. In my case, the problem is that it doesn't hold the vacuum anymore. But in other cases, could be that it's losing, like the flap is getting loose or whatever. But as I say, in my case, it's not holding the vacuum anymore, so that's what I'm going to be fixing. And actually what I'm going to be doing is replacing the diaphragm membrane, which is what mainly holds the vacuum. And yeah, that's going to be it. So let's start with it. So the first things that we are going to do is remove the DISA valve, which is this, and it is held by two screws. Two Torx 40, one here and another one down here. I think there is no more, but I will see right now. And also we have to remove this connection. So first, to remove the connection, we have like a clip here. We push it and pull it up. That's it. So we have the connection out. And now with the Torx 40, we're gonna remove this screw and the other one down. And I think that was all. So yeah, as I said in the beginning, there is only two screws, two Torx 14, and the connection that has this clip here. You push the clip and pull out, and this is exactly in this position. There you have the two screws, and once you have everything disconnected, just pull out and take it off. That's it. So in my case, I have the flap manually closed because since my vacuum holding system didn't work, I would rather have it always closed than always open, because when your DISA valve cannot hold the vacuum, this flap will remain always open, and when it is always open, the fuel economy is way worse and the car runs pretty rich all the time. So I would rather have it always closed and just lose the power on the high RPMs and all of that stuff. And that's why I put it manually closed. So let's start to disassemble it. And this is how I did the manual close. I kinda like lock this lever with this pin in order to have it always closed. That's all.
This is how it is, like normally, how it should be, with a holding plate on top and obviously the case up. And this is how it should be. So now, as you can see, it is always open. That's why I manually close it up. The first step to see what is your problem with the DISA valve is to check everything up. So this is one of the main failures, is this pin. In my case, it's pretty solid. It's not failing still, so not my problem, but you could be losing this up. The next step is the flap or the door. As you can see, also mine is pretty solid. In some cases this has a lot of play and you should change it with a rebuild kit that is available on the internet. In my case it's pretty solid, so it's not my problem either. Also, as you can tell, my ring is changed. The factory one, if I'm not wrong, is orange like this. In my case it's being changed, so it's not losing the vacuum or nothing from this section either. It's not my problem either. Also, you can see here the pump, and when you close or up or open the flap, you should be seeing the lever move. You can see in my case it's also pretty good, not my problem. And the next final check is the vacuum. So this is the test to check the vacuum. You close the flap and you put your finger in this hole. You hold it down, you don't leave it, and now you leave the flap, and it should stay like at least like this, not close, completely closed, and like this. If it completely opens up like in my case, it's because it's losing vacuum here. So here is where the solenoid is located, and it's when also the vacuum, like the vacuum where the vacuum should be held. So if this opens, it's because it's losing the vacuum here, and that's my problem. So now that I know what my problem is, the next step is to open this chamber. In order to do that, we are going to use one flathead screwdriver, and we have two pins here, one here and one on the other side. So first thing is kind of like undo the two pins. So actually first let's start to remove the tape. You gotta be careful with this little pipe because it tends to break. We are gonna start getting the flathead in and try to pull it out. It has a few clips inside, so that's what you gotta try to undo.
Now you're gonna be kind of careful because there is a loaded spring inside. Okay, so that's it. This is the spring, so you gotta be careful to not get it shut out. And here inside is the membrane. So you just pull up, take it off, and now the pump is completely free, so you can pull and take everything out. So just for future reminder, this is the position. This goes exactly like this. And here we have the membrane. So as you can see, it is broke here. This is one of the causes to lose vacuum. So let's remove it. And here we have it. By the way, this is the part number. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it is 19283000562. So here I have my new diaphragm membrane. It's pretty easy to find on the internet. You just have to search for diaphragm membrane E46 M52 or DISA valve diaphragm, DISA valve, membrane, whatever. It's pretty easy to find, so you can get it on eBay as I have done. Here it is. It's exactly the same than the old one, but obviously this is perfect condition. I'm gonna put the new one on it and try it out, see how it is. So far it seals pretty good, so I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling good about it. Here it is, already mounted. So now let's put it back into the DISA valve. This was like this, I believe it was like this. If you are wondering, it's like this. This is the valve, so you put it like this. You get it in. And now you get the pump through this mechanism. Just like that. Now, so you can see this is how it works. Now we put the pin back in. It's just a pain in the ass to get it in. Now it's finally in. Let's make sure it's to the end. Nice and tight. Now the next step is to put the cover back in. Now we put the spring in here. We put the spring on the top. Now we put the cover back in. Put it like this. Put it back. It's tight, not gonna lie. It's not that easy to put back in. Okay, so I had to do it off camera because it's been actually hard, but I got it back in. Now the cover is already sealed up completely with these two little pins. All the ones in the top is completely flush, perfect. And if you remember, my problem was that when I closed the flap, the vacuum was leaking, so it didn't hold close. It opened back. Now, if it is fixed, I should be able to close it, hold the vacuum here with my finger in this hole, and if you see now it kind of holds in that angle. Before, it completely opened up. So now I think it's working good, it's fixed. But anyways, I'm gonna try it right now in the car, which is obviously the best way to find out if it is fixed or not. I'm gonna put it back, start the car, rev it up a little bit and see how it responds. Okay, so everything is back together. Put the valve back in place, put the two screws back, and also the pipe was removed, so I put it back. I also connected this connector. Pretty much nothing else. Now it's time to start it up and see how it responds. So it sounds pretty healthy. Before, when you rev it up, it used to make a little sound, and now I think it's gone. and you can see the pump working. You can see the pump doing its work, so it's fixed, now works properly. So the valve is working back again as it should. That's gonna be all for this video. So, you know, if you have the same problem with your DISA valve that is not holding vacuum, now you know how to fix it. If you like the video, rate it, leave a comment below if you wanna say anything, and that's gonna be all. See you on the next one.